Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday night's webinar. Don't all start ringing me up and messaging me because I shared that video with you. It's just for new people that might be interested in the business. I just put a Y in the chat bar if you can all see and hear me okay, just so I know I'm not talking to myself because I hear enough of my own voice. Excellent, good stuff. So we've got a good lineup tonight. We've got a couple of speakers coming on and some fantastic training from our gold distributor, Laura Harrison. So just a bit of housekeeping before we get underway. We put A's in the chat bar to show our appreciation for people that are speaking. If you want to give me some A's in the chat bar there, so people that are on their first webinar, you see a lot of A's coming up. That's just us showing our appreciation. It means applause, because obviously we're sitting here clapping in our houses. We just look like crazy people. No one can see that, but you know you're doing it. And then if you can keep chat just to a minimum while people are speaking, just taking plenty of notes from the people that are talking. Try not to have conversations while they're speaking. Some people might be speaking for the first time or quite new to doing it. So all you want to put there is lots of A's and things like that in there. So I'll just tell you a little bit about myself before I get underway, for those of you that don't know me. My name's Luke Halstone. I run the business with my wife, Sarah. I started doing this in 2015 in March. I was working full-time as a transport manager for a coach company. It was a really stressful job. I was working about 50 hours a week, Monday to Friday, on call at weekends. I was leaving home and my children would be in bed. I'd come home and my children would be in bed. I've got 3 children under the age of 5. So that's why I might look a bit tired every now and again. But I wasn't seeing them a lot. But now I've quit my full-time job because of the income that I've built up just working this around my job and around the kids, and now I get to spend a lot of time with them. I get to take them swimming, I get to go have fun with them down at the parks, take them to the fireworks display. We've just got a letter come in saying Naomi's Christmas play at school is at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. I don't need to ring anybody up to ask for the day off or the morning off to go and watch her first Christmas play at school. I'm just going to go there and watch it because I'm my own boss. I don't need to ask anyone else for permission, which is absolutely fantastic. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop talking about myself because most of you have heard that already. I'm going to take the hankies with me. Oh, okay then. I'm a bit emotional, am I, Laura? So I'm going to hand you to our first speaker tonight, and I'm really excited that she's come on and speaking. She's speaking for the first time. This is a big step out of her comfort zone, so please give her plenty of support. I'm going to come off now and hand you over to Susan Dowler. So take it away, Susan.
Hello everybody, can you see and hear me okay? Good. Right, my name's Susan and I work the business around my 3 kids. Only mine are a bit more grown up, they're teenagers, so it's more a case of mum's taxi than anything else. I was doing 3 paper rounds in order to make money, and I started Clean Easy in February, and I think it was April I gave up my last paper round at the catalogues. How easy. I got £1,000 worth of orders last month for the first time, and I'm hoping to get to 13% this month, at the end of this month. So I'm working on it, and I've had to learn how to do Facebook and speak to people. The phone calls, I was terrified, but the script makes it really easy. And I really can't think of anything else to say now, so I'm going to finish it there.
Excellent. Thanks, Susan. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. That's Susan speaking for the first time. You heard there she's quite nervous. She was a bit nervous about talking on the telephone and things like that, but she managed to pluck up the courage to do it like she did speaking here tonight. I know that was a really big step for Susan. She is quite shy and reserved. So well done, Susan, stepping out of your comfort zone and coming on here and speaking with us. And you heard that she was doing some paper rounds, 3 paper rounds to make up some extra money to help her pay her way. And then she managed to be able to give that up within a couple of months from doing our business, just handing out catalogues for people's store. If you're handing out newspapers for people's doors, you're not going to make as much money as you are handing out our catalogues for people's door, that's for sure. And you heard there she's aiming for 13% in this period, so that's £1,560 of orders in a 4-week period, and I'm sure she's going to do it. So she retailed £1,000. £1,000 last period. So that would have got her a nice check come through in the post when you reach bonus levels. The company email you a check, so not through the post, emailed, so you can see how much you've earned with your commission. So just for the benefit of people that are brand new, that are maybe in their first couple of weeks or their first couple of days, even maybe first few hours, and they're on here. If people just type in the first check that they received in their first full 4 weeks in the business, just to give people an idea. So you've got Paula there, 248, Louise Rennick, 474, Carly and Ian, 264, Michelle, 174, Laura, 252, Nikki, 338. So you can see there's anything from about £175 up to £500 you can earn straight away. And this time of year is absolutely fantastic. So you just need to get those products in front of people. If you're following our system, and this is the time of year to be doing it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand you over to our second speaker for tonight. We're just going to get all these messages come up and stop me from clicking on the top now button. Right, so I'm going to come off now. I'm going to hand you over to Paula Maxikidze. Take it away, Paula, please.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Luke. Yes, I'm Paula. I work my business in Manchester, and I've been in the business for quite a while now. I had worked myself up to 21%, and then last year I became quite unwell, but didn't actually realise it until I'd got past the stage of no return. So I took some time off work, didn't do anything in the business. And when I came back, I came back almost from scratch again, but fortunately with the benefit of experience and hindsight. So I'm now working my way up the pay plan again, and I aim to be gold by the end of this year, so the end of period 13. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about Christmas retail. Lucas said it's the best time of the year, and it certainly is for retail. And whether that's online or catalogues, it is a really fantastic time to get your retail going and get your customer base built. There's a feeling of goodwill amongst everybody, really. So people also budget for Christmas, so there is that extra money that they have to spend. I did have some slides, but I can't seem to get those up for some reason. So you're going to have to just carry on looking at me, I'm afraid. But as I said, this is the best time of the year for retail. So you've got to be really consistent and just keep going, keep at it. It's a really fantastic time to build a customer base and to get to know your customers well. The key things really are to be into a routine. If you're doing your catalogues, you drop your catalogues to the same houses every 4 weeks, build up a reputation for reliability, and always do, oh, thank you, Luke, always do what you say you're going to do. So if you say you're going to pick your catalogues up on Thursday, you pick them up on Thursday. If you look out the window and it's raining, don't worry about the rain, put on a hat and a raincoat and your wellies and get out there and pick your books up. People will watch, especially if you're a new distributor, to see how reliable you are. And if they can see that you're reliable, you're dependable, and you respect your business, then they are more likely to want to buy from you than from that other distributor who comes willy-nilly whenever he fancies it. We do recommend that you use thank you for your order packs. So when you pick up your catalogues, if there is an order in the catalogue, it's a good idea just to post another catalogue back through that customer's door. This has two results from it. First of all, you're thanking the customer for their order, and everybody likes to be appreciated. But secondly, you're offering them the opportunity to look at another catalogue, so that when you go back and deliver their goods from the first order, you are very likely to pick up a second order from the catalogue that you've just left behind. You can also, on the slip, advise the customer when you're going to be delivering their order, and they're more likely to be in. And if they're not going to be in, then if you put the contact details there, they're going to phone you up and tell you that they're not going to be in, and you can rearrange another delivery time, so it saves you wasting time. So thank you for your order pack. If you're not using those, use them. I always use them, and I always pick up extra orders when I deliver my first orders. Sometimes they're small, sometimes they're over £100. So, you know, it's well worth doing. I tend to put my Clean Easy catalogues and my Christmas catalogues out in first drop, and then anybody who's giving me an order, I will put a K-Life catalogue and personalised catalogues through the door. But it's perfectly acceptable at this time of the year to put another Christmas catalogue, even if they've seen one on the first drop. You will find that you will still get orders, so it's well worth doing. If you're not sure about thank you for your order packs, then talk to your upline, because most people within the 10 steps are perfectly aware of thank you for your order packs. The other thing that is really good to do at this time of year is to give all of your customers a Christmas card, preferably handwritten, just thanking them for their support through the year, telling them you appreciate their custom. And that's a nice gesture. It makes people feel very valued. And we do value our customers, because if we don't, then they disappear and go off elsewhere. And they're what keep our businesses afloat, really. The other things that you can do is to advise the customers that this is the last drop before Christmas. So if they want an order before Christmas, if they want a delivery before Christmas, then they need to place their order. So if you can put in a little slip the last time that you're going to be delivering to those particular houses, just to let them know that when they need to order in order to get their goods before Christmas, that's really, really helpful. So you need to be aware of the delivery dates, the schedule coming up to Christmas, so that you know by when you have to get in your last order, so you can get your goods to your customer. The delivery schedule for Christmas is always on the DSA, Distributor Support Arena. I did have a look this evening and it's not up yet, but you normally get a notification by email when it's there, so you can plan and work out when you need to be placing your final order for pre-Christmas deliveries. One other thing that is a really good tip is very often in January, sales tend to slow down somewhat because people have overspent over Christmas. They don't have a lot of spare cash to place big orders. So you will find that your orders are really good just before Christmas, and after Christmas there may be a bit of a lull. So one tip that somebody told me shortly after I started, which I found works really well, is to offer a discount. So if you put a little slip in the final pre-Christmas drop, like a little voucher that says any orders placed through the month of January will receive a 10-15% discount, whatever you want to give. You'll still make a profit, but you can give them some money off, and you're more likely to get orders through the January period. So that's quite a useful tip that I found worked well for me. Also, now is a really good time to build relationships. Coming up to Christmas, everybody's loving each other and got feelings of goodwill to their fellow human beings, or most people have. So, you know, talk to people, ask them if they know people who are looking to earn some extra money for the team building side of the business. You can also advise people that you've got a Facebook group and ask them if they have any, you know, friends, relatives who would be interested in joining your Facebook group, and just, you know, bandy your group around to build your numbers there as well, because not everybody gets a catalogue, and if they have relatives who live far out, they may well join your group. That's another way to get customers. Workshops, don't forget that the workshop all the workshops, the next workshops are the last ones before Christmas. So make sure you get to those, because the pre-Christmas workshops are lovely. They're great fun. But also the next showcase is January the 7th. So now is the time to organise your babysitters, your transport money if you need it. If you save a couple of quid a week in the run up to Christmas, you'll have enough to cover your transport costs. But if you set plans in place now, then you'll be okay for January the 7th. If you try and do it a week before, it's just chaotic. So make sure you don't miss that, because that really is a life-changing event, the showcases. And if you can pre-plan, then it just makes things easier. And remember also that if it's your first showcase, your tickets are completely free. So, why wouldn't you take it if it's free? It's going to change your life. I think that's probably it. So I hope that's helped some of you, and I will hand you back to Luke.
Excellent, thank you, Paula. If you wouldn't mind just clicking on the little chat icon up at the top, Paula, please, to come out of where your slides are up. I've still got the slide page showing. Excellent, thank you very much. So you heard some very good tips there from Paula. I was just quickly trying to search on the DSA the code for the showcase tickets, but I'll talk about the showcase after the second bit of training that we've got going tonight. So you've got some really good tips there from Paula, which you can also relate to the online system as well, in a way, some of them that she was coming across with there. So she said about with the catalogues, it's a really good idea to leave a thank you pack. So you leave a couple of the catalogues that they haven't seen, along with the Christmas one as well, actually. I'd leave that in there to send them, letting them know when you're coming. But with the online side of the business, you can also do a similar thing, that when someone collects their orders or they order it, you can give them a catalogue. So you can send them a catalogue in the post if they've drop shipped, or you can give them a catalogue when they come and collect the order. And you can use it as well as a kind of thank you for your order, as a lovely version of like a thank you pack, just the opposite way around. And then you can get in touch with them a week later, so later, or a couple of days later, and ask them if there's anything in the book they like to order. Because I'm sure they might just see one of your Christmas items online. They might see like the Xmas wooden blocks or something like that, and go, I really like them. I'm going to order them. And then it might be a complete Christmas nut. And then you give them one of the Christmas catalogues, and they have a flick through that. And they come back and order a lot more stuff off of you. There's plenty of Christmas nuts around here. I'm married to one as well. And then she also said about giving your customers Christmas cards, which is a nice personal touch. It shows that you value your customers. And I can tell you now, the Christmas cards do work really well in helping you get some orders the following time. You give them the books, and give them their Christmas cards separately is another tip. If you are going to give out Christmas cards to your customers, don't put them in with your next lot of catalogues. Give them separately. Give them a couple of days before Christmas, and you find that your first drop after Christmas, you're going to get a few more orders than normal. Then also, she said about letting your customers know when it's the last drop before Christmas, because people will go nuts. And it's the same with your Facebook group as well. You can put a post on there saying you're taking your last orders before Christmas on a certain date, and then you can be on your computer all day that day getting all the orders sorted out. And a little tip there as well about offering a discount in January, because people are normally broke in January, so you might want to offer a discount in your group come then. But also, people are broke in January because they've overspent over Christmas. Make sure you've got a recruitment ad up in your group, and that you're letting people know what you're doing, and you're asking whether people would like to earn any extra money while they're working from home. Because there'll be plenty of people that get paid just before Christmas, and they spend all their money for Christmas, then they have to wait until the end of January until they get paid again. And they'll be sick of it. Trust me, they'll be absolutely sick of being broke every single January. And they'll see your advert pop up about how you've not had to worry because you're earning this money from home, and they're going to ask you what it's about. And if you're brand new and you're not confident in introducing people to the business, speak to your upline and get them to help you. And then you heard there about the importance of the workshops coming up. They are going to be the last workshops before Christmas. I'll talk to you a bit more about the workshops and the showcase after we've had our next bit of training from a golds distributor in the business up there in Bonnie, Scotland. So I'm going to come off now and hand you over to Laura Harrison. Thank you, Laura.
Look, hi everybody, I'm Laura, which is nice to introduce me. I'm up in very, very freezing on Scotland at the moment. Just a little bit before me, just before we get started. I joined the business back in June last year with my partner, Paul. We joined around our two young kids, Blake and Alyssa. Blake's 2, he'll be 3 on Saturday, baby stuff, and Alyssa's 8. When I first joined the business, I was actually suffering from really bad postnatal depression. I didn't want to go out the house, didn't want to take my jammies off, kept the curtains shut, didn't want to talk to anybody. And then I came across this opportunity through Leanne Gilroy. Some people say I had stalked her for about a year. But anyway, Leanne showed me the business, saw that I could do this online, so I still didn't have to leave the house, which was perfect for me. And decided to give it a go. We retailed £1,200 all online in our first 4 weeks in the business, and we got a cheque for £252. Our biggest cheque in the business to date has been £1,239. You heard Paula there talking about the showcase. You heard Paula and Luke. The showcase was a game changer for us. We went to the showcase in August last year, saw what we could do with the business, saw that anybody could do the same thing, and we decided, along with Luke and Sarah Hailstone, that we were going to become gold distributors by Christmas last year. And 8 weeks later, after coming home, so end of August, 8 weeks later, we became gold distributors, which is just basically a £9,000 team turnover over Christmas. So I've just told you all my biggest check in business. So just before we crack on with the training, can we just pop in the chat bar what your biggest check to date has been so far? So as I say, mine was £1,239. We've got Carlene in at £508. Luke Hailstone at £1,276. Paula, £1,096. Cheryl, £541. I've got glasses on myself, can't read. Louise, £531. Virginia, £329. So there we go. You can see some fantastic amounts here. If Neil Young's on the season, I think he's put us all to shame with his highest check. I think his highest check to date has been around £7,000 in a 4-week period. Now, who wouldn't want £7,000 every 4 weeks? So that's a one do. But it's quite apt what everybody's been talking about this evening is Christmas in retail. And just another quick point, before I go on with the training, I just want to give a little bit of recognition to somebody that's within our team actually, who is very, very consistent with her online retail. Every period without fail, this lady can retail to at least 10%. And this weekend only, she has picked up £234 of orders. The biggest majority of the orders have came from her own group, a couple from online. So a massive well done to Louise Rennick, who is aiming for a personal achievement of 13%. So keep going the way you're going. But you can see there that just by building up a consistency with her group, that she's picking up fantastic orders from her group every week without fail now. So just cracking on with the training, because this all kind of ties in with each other. So online retail, you see here Santa waving at us. Santa doesn't wave in my house until after the 1st of November. But it's all online retail now as well. So I've got some top tips. Now I did ask the wider network for some top tips, because they have heard top tips from the global States, but it'd be nice, I thought it would be nice to try and get tips from everybody. So this is what has came about. But first off, here's an interesting fact for you. Did you know that UK online spending rose by 11% to £114 billion in 2015? And it raised by 12% to £24 billion over the Christmas period last year. That's absolutely phenomenal. I was very late on Friday night, I was searching around for online retail facts, and this is what I came across. And I thought that was absolutely amazing. And that was last year. Imagine what this year's going to be like. More and more people are going online to do their shopping. So why not take advantage of it while we can? So some top tips. Post daily, in your own group and in local external groups. It's all very well posting in your own group every single day, but you do still need to expose yourself to your local external groups. Stay as local as possible. The more local you stay, the more chance of orders you will get, because you're not asking for people to pay delivery fees. You can deliver, or they can collect, or you can arrange a mutual meeting ground. But the more local you stay, the better percentage it is for you. Be consistent though, and do it every single day. If you do, this ties in with the build momentum, if you do miss a couple of days, you do need to build up the momentum again. So you will find that if you miss a couple of days, when you start doing it again, you might not get anything for a couple of days until you build up that momentum all over again. Use the top 150 online sellers 80% of the time when you first start, so in the early days, as they are top sellers. Now they can be found on the DSA, the Distributor Support Arena. But use the other 20% to experiment with the rest of the products that you have and see what sells well for you, because what sells well for you might not sell well for others, and vice versa. What's on the top 150 online sellers, some of them might not sell well for you. So it's all about the experimenting. In time, you do get to know your group members, so you will know what they kind of like. Don't get too artistic on pictures. Less is definitely more in this case. So if a simple stock picture with a little border around it, maybe even your group name or a price. You can just put the price in the description if you see. Use real life pictures. Now, I actually have got the White Tiger Doobie set on my bed. I put it on my bed yesterday. And I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm going to take a picture of that and put it in my group. I've had more response on that picture than I have on the stock picture that I put up. So, real life pictures do create more response. And I've not tried it on an external group yet, but I'm imagining by the response I'm getting in my own group, I'm going to get a really good response on external groups as well. The thing is, when it's a real life picture, most people will then think it is yours, that you have it available there and then. So they're more likely to say, can I come and get this? When can I get this? And you can just take it from there. Don't post multiple pictures, like collages, etc., on external groups. They don't tend to work as well. Not if you put 4 or 5 items in the one post. There's not one of the items that are really going to stand out and grab somebody's attention. One item is more likely to grab somebody's eyes when they're scrolling through a group. If they scroll through a group and obviously a collage of pictures, more likely they are going to scroll just past it. So more top tips. Single adverts stand out more. Sorry, my slides are in the way, so I can't actually see what that says. So yeah, one advert's just one advert at a time, one product at a time will stand out more than 2 or 3 products in the one post. Create a need and a want for the product. So for example, this was an example that was put on the post that I asked for some top tips actually. The example was about the free shoe booty service. So just you could pop that on an external group and say, now this would make Christmas Day so much easier cooking for the whole family. You're creating that need and want for that item, because I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm cooking Christmas dinner, I get stressed out. So if something's going to make my life easier on Christmas Day, I'm going to take it. Give the catalogue to online customers and follow up every 4 weeks. Now that's a really good tip, and it's a tip that we've always said to do. But it's always good because not everybody will click on links on your group to go and look at other products. Some people like to feel a catalogue in their hands and actually look at the catalogue. So always give one to your online customers as well. Make sure to interact regularly on external groups. It's all very well going on to an external group and popping up your advert and going away again. But Facebook is social media. You have to be showing that you are social. So make sure you're liking 2 posts and commenting on 1 post before you even think about posting your own advert. Less is more on the description as well. You don't want to give war and peace on that description on an external group. You need to create the need for questions. So, for example, just say I put that White Tiger Doobie set. All I would say is White Tiger Doobie set from £15 or from £12, sorry, it's an internet special. from £12. Single, double, king size available. Not giving them all the prices because in that way they're going to ask me how much for double, how much for king size. Not giving them what the good is made of, because if they really want to know what the good is made of, they'll ask a question. One, it bumps your post back up to the top of the group, which is always good. More people will see it. But two, you're able to interact with the people and you can build up a bit of a rapport as well. Post a variety of items in your own group and externally. Some people may just stick to K-Life, or may just stick to Clean Easy, or may just stick to Intimate Specials. But that's not it might not be to everybody's cup of tea in your group. So it's always good to have a variety. Some of the Clean Easy products in there, you might look at them and think they're never going to sell, but believe me, they do. They sell very, very well online. So make sure to be popping up a huge variety. Be reliable. The worst thing, Paula was talking about today as well, if you're not reliable and you're not shown to be reliable to your customers, they're not going to come back and order from you. The more reliable you are, and even if you're delivering an order, let them know what time you're going to, or a rough sort of time scale that you're going to be there, what day you're going to be there. And if something does arise, which does happen in my household quite a lot with my little boy, then just message a customer and let them know. To just say, sorry, I'm really sorry, something's come up, can I rearrange for another day? A lot of my customers understand this now because they know the circumstances that we have at home. And that's all about building up a rapport with your customers as well. They get to know you, you get to know them. Excellent customer service. Again, it just ties in with being reliable. By being reliable, you are giving that excellent customer service. But along with excellent customer service, go the extra mile for your customers. Now, I don't know, some of you might have saw the post that Renat actually put on the Global 10 Sets page. And it was about the Christmas baby sets. Now, I know a lot of you are probably pulling your hair out the Christmas baby sets just now, because they are flying out, and to be fair, the buying team have been absolutely phenomenal in sourcing these. So, if we're unlucky enough not to get them, then we're just going to have to wait, unfortunately. But what Louise done, she got an order for 2 penguin baby sets, and she had 1 spare. Now, she says she could have turned that customer away and said, no, I'm really sorry, I've only got 1. Louise went that extra mile, and it only cost her 95 pence more. 95 pence out of her retail profit, because she went and sourced the exact same product from, I think it was Amazon or eBay, but she just went that extra mile for a brand new customer that will now become a repeat customer for us. So you have to think outside the box as well, which is really good. Have a chat with the customer before sending over the catalogue link every 4 weeks. Now, I say at the beginning there, give a catalogue to your online customers. Not all online customers want catalogues. You can send over a digital link to them. But don't just message them and go, hi, how are you? I'm placing an order on Wednesday. Here's the link to the catalogue. Let me know if you want to order anything. Not going to look very good. Ask them how you do. Ask them how their week's been, how their day's been. Build up a bit of rapport. If you know them already, ask them questions about the family. How's the kids getting on? How's work been? Stuff like that. Yes, it was a fantastic tip. Thank you, Luke. But it is always good to build up a bit of a conversation before firing the link over to them. Once you've got that conversation going, you can just say to them, just to let you know, I am placing an order on Wednesday. Here's a link to our latest catalogue. If you'd like to have a look, if you do see anything you'd like to order, please let me know and I'll make sure that's ordered for you. Something along the lines. Facebook Marketplace, just type in the chat bar if you have tried out, just type a Y or an N if you have tried out the Marketplace yet. So a few of us have tried it out. Okay, well, it's not available to everybody yet, unfortunately. It is only available on Facebook app for the phone or tablet. And if you don't have it on your phone or tablet, just make sure that you do have the latest up-to-date Facebook app version on your phone. And if not, it will get rolled out eventually. This is I would say it's a really good tool, actually. It's a bit like Shop in a way. It's your local area, but you can make it further. But you also get the option to post onto the Marketplace and post into other groups at the same time. Now, there's a big debate about this, I saw. Some people they don't know guidelines. There is no safe levels at the moment, and the safest level I would say though, and this is what we've advised our team to do. Standard guidelines that we have at the moment to post like 50 groups, do 10 at a time. So when you're doing the Facebook Market, if you are using Facebook Marketplace, only post up to 10 groups at a time. So the difference with the Marketplace is you're not able to interact on each of these groups. So it's better to be safe than sorry. And if you want to be extra cautious, do 5 at a time, because it is a bit of a minefield. But we are noticing some results here. A lot of people are reporting that they are getting more likes, they're getting more questions asked. So it's up to you whether or not you want to try it out. But if you do, stick to the 10 groups at a time and take a massive break in between each 10 groups. I just wanted to touch quickly on the Facebook Marketplace. So how to grow your group numbers and run competitions. This time of the year is always great for competitions. Now, get the basics right first of all. Post 3 products into 50 groups per day. Now, these slides are slightly old. 2 or 3 products into 50 groups per day. Make sure you're doing that consistently. As I've already said, interact on external groups before you post. So you need to strike up a conversation. A good tip here, actually, I always tend to look for other distributors' posts and just pop a wee smiley face on it. It helps them out and it helps me out at the same time. Take your time when posting though. Don't go all guns a-blazing and posting about 10 posting all 50 groups in one go. Facebook's not going to like it, and they'll think that you are a robot. So just take it easy. Run competitions in your own group, even if you have just joined us, or just joined the business rather, because in effect you need to get your group numbers up in the first instance. And the most important advice I can give you is make sure you are speaking to your sponsor or your upline if your sponsor is still new as well. So how we grew our group numbers. Now, in the beginning, when we joined in June last year, I only had 400 friends on Facebook. I now have 1,500 friends on Facebook. But I just added in 400 that I had, and all I've done was I asked my close friends and family to add their friends to my group. That's all we've done. And that got us up to about 1,000. And then before competitions became quite a big thing, we just ran a little competition, and I used I don't know if anybody will remember it, the panini maker that we had. I used that as a prize. And it was actually a friend that won it, and she added loads of people in. So that got us up to quite a substantial amount. I think I had about 2,000 in by the time we finished that little competition. But as your friends' competition, they work very, very well. You might not see it in the beginning, so please don't pull your hair out if you think the competition's not working. The Agile Friends competition is just a case of whoever adds the most wins. But keep the competition fun and create excitement whilst you're doing it. Don't just launch a competition and then forget about it. That's the worst thing you can do, because if you forget about it, chances are your members are going to forget about it. Update your group every day with leaders, not stating how many each person has added, because say, for instance, Mary adds 500 friends and Jackie only has 300 friends. Jackie's not going to take part because she knows she's not got a chance of winning the competition. Whereas if you say Mary's in the lead with Jackie closely following behind, she thinks she's in there a chance. You have to keep the excitement going. Some tips that I've picked up over the month are actually create like a top of the top leaderboard. So in first place we've got Mary. Climbing up the leaderboard we've got Jackie. Stuff like that, down 2 spaces, a bit like how top of the pops used to be. And choose your times carefully, because everybody's group is different. What works for me won't work for you, or might not work for you. Now these are just some prizes that we used last year in our competitions. The LED deer, the reindeer snow globe, which is a massive hit, and the blossom tree. That's just some ideas you can use. You don't need to use Christmas products. You can use whatever you want. Update the leaderboard at least once a day. Now that's really small writing. But it's just basically telling them who's in lead, who's in second, who's in third. I always do the top three. And now I tend to do the top 5, top 10. If there was a change in the leaderboard that day, I would update again, because that just gets them going all over again, which is really, really good as well to do. But keep it fun as well, pop up little posts going, it's really close. When somebody thanks a friend for adding them, so your group will be set to anybody can post, but admin must approve. So you'll find a post that comes up in your group saying thanks such and such for the ad. Approve the post and just say welcome to the group. Feel free to have a good scroll through the group. If there's anything you'd like, please just let me know. And whilst you're here, check out the latest competition we've done. So something like that. And when people do add their friends, make sure to tag them in the competition post. One, there's 2 benefits to this. One, it bumps your competition post back up to the top of your group, because we never ever pin the competition to your group. Nobody sees pin posts, so it's pointless. But you'll see here, I've tagged people, but you've got here Mandy Millington, Lol, I've added every friend on my list. And you're just thanking them for adding. And people are going, I will tell all my friends now they'll be ordering from you. So you get fantastic feedback at the same time, which is really, really good. And when you tag them, their friends see the tag, which entices them to take part as well. Because you know what friends like, they all have a little friendly competition between each other. Post your competition on external groups. So this is an old post that we used to do. Hi admin, hope this is okay. We have got some stuff going for free in our group at the moment. If anyone wants to look, please search for Laura's Brilliant Bargains. Now that's just, people are curious, they are nosy. We're all generally nosy. And we all want to know what's going for free, so we're going to go and have a look. But make sure, again, when you're doing that, you do need to make sure that your competition post is at the top of your group. I'm just going to quickly, I'm just realising I'm out of time here. And just do 5 groups a day of that, no more than 5, and do that over the course of the competition. So just an example of competition that you can use. I wouldn't recommend it if you have just started with us, but this was just something we done last year and got 10,000 people added into our group in a week. That was a hectic week that week. But we just gave away a Christmas hamper. Second prize, we done the wine glass with a bottle of wine. And third prize was the speaker amplifier. So there's just some prizes, some sort of prizes you can do. Few points to remember though, don't worry if you have just finished a competition, crack on with another one, just get another one going straight away. People will leave the group. We all get added into groups that we don't want to be in, and we leave. So don't worry about the numbers going down, concentrate on the numbers going up. People will join and keep it fun. And do countdowns when it comes to the end of the competition. 2 hours to go, 1 hour to go, 30 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go. And that really does get them going then. Interact in your group does reflect your personality. So let them know that you are just a human being. Now, this is one that we were taking apart in bunk beds, because my 2-year-old at the time decided that it was fun to climb the bunk bed and not able to get back off. But that people are able to relate that way. A nice lazy Sunday post, because we all love a lazy Sunday to ourselves. Some interaction posts, you can find them on Google, you can find them on Pinterest, you can find them on Facebook. I scroll through Facebook on my timeline and find loads of them from other people throughout the network, throughout other MLMs. So if you do come across them, save them and edit them for your group. And just to finish off, this is just the last slide here. So this was a post that we put in our group the other night there, Thursday night. There's actually more comments now. What do you prefer? How do you prefer your steak? For me, it's number 7. Some people prefer it as 1. And some of the comments we were getting, they were absolutely hilarious. But it's just some posts like that, you're asking them what do you like. So that's it from me tonight, everyone. Thanks for coming on, and I hope to see some posts about competitions and how well they're going for you. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Laura. I hope you all got some good tips there. I've still got your slides up here, Laura. If you can take them down for us, please, so I can get just a slide up to finish off with. So I just to quickly recap there. It's really just about being consistent with your Facebook posting, having real life images of the photos, so actually using them in your own home works really well. We've had people before put videos on of them using something like the pineapple corer. I don't know who's got a pineapple. Put a little while in the chat bar if you've had a little go at the pineapple corer. They're absolutely fantastic products, and some people have put a video of them using it in their group, and they've sold a few of them just by having a video of themselves using it. So that's a really good tip there. Just another tip is about having a variety of the products. There might be things that you might not think will sell very well, but then you put it on there and it does. We have a bit of a joke here at home. My wife Sarah put something on once. It was the joint warming gloves. She put them up in our group, and I said, "What are you going to put them on for? Like, they look really cheap. No one's going to buy them." And then we sold about 10 of them in about 24 hours. So I don't question her judgment anymore when it comes to the posts. And I've still got your slide up here, Laura. I don't know if you can just pop up the slides for the workshops for me, because I can't get access to it. And just along there as well, it's about talking with the customers as well, having a little chat with them, building that rapport with them. Don't just go straight in for the sale. And the competitions, there's plenty of information about the competitions out there about building your group. It's all about keeping it exciting and interactive. So just quickly to wrap up here, the really important part of the business is our workshops. If you want to get some of those checks near those bigger ones that you've seen, and then attending these workshops is a really big thing to do, because you're going to learn the system, you're going to learn how to grow your income, you're going to meet like-minded people like yourselves that are building their businesses, you're going to come back from these and with more knowledge, and the more you learn, the more you earn. So on the 20th of November, me and Neil will be in Cambridge doing our last one before Christmas up there. Then you've got the Bolton workshop. If you're up around the Bolton area, if you're in Manchester, Wigan, around there, go to the Bolton one. Bristol, if you're in the southwest or in South Wales, you've got Bristol workshop on the 26th. 27th is Birmingham if you're in the Midlands. And then if you're in freezing cold Scotland, then the 3rd of December is their next workshop, and then the last one of the year is in Yorkshire, the 4th of December. But then you've heard it a couple of times tonight as well, is the workshops coming up. I'm just going to put the code in the chat bar now, not the workshop, the showcase, sorry. So on the 7th of January next year, you want to book that day off. Whatever you're doing, get that day off. If you're working, change the shift. If you've got kids, get a babysitter ready, because we've got a massive event in Birmingham, all the successful people from all around the UK and Ireland and even Spain. Now there'll be people flying over from Spain, I'm sure, to be there at the showcase in Birmingham. And that's and if you're brand new, if you've joined the business since the last showcase back in August, so if you joined the business in September onwards, then if you ring up the call centre, you can go for absolutely free. It normally costs £20 a ticket. If it's your first one, you can get a free ticket. It doesn't get better than free. So get booked in there. It's a life-changing event. Just don't take my word from it, speak to anyone in the business that's been to one, ask them what it was like, and they'll tell you exactly the same thing. So I just want to say thank you to Susan. Excellent testimony for the first time tonight. You've done fantastic. Thank you for Paula for her training. Thank you, Laura, for the training at the end there. Thank you, everyone else, for coming on here tonight. We're a little bit overrun. I'm just going to finish off with the video that I was playing before you come on. So anyone that signed on that, just put the end of that video. I'm going to play it again from Rob Foster. It's going to show you how you can build a really successful business. So good night, everyone, and thank you very much for your time.